China will go on to hit behind versus the US if more than tariff are superimposed, the nation's financial monastery church has told. 2 days of trading negotiations in Washington among the two sides unsuccessful to do any main advance. The increasing trading row among the US and China has now seen every party levy 25% tariff on a full of $50 billion of one else's consumer goods. In his interviewing in Reuters, Mr. Liu told, "China doesn't desire to attract in a trading warfare, but we will decisively answer to the unwise measures undertaken by the joint state. If the joint state persists in these measures, we will respectively get activity to defend our interests." He told how, so distant, the effect of the trading row on the China economics had not been considerable, but added how by the government conducting would be enlarged to supporting workers struck by the tariff. Mr. Liu told China was responsible to the U.S. measures in a accurate path of year. The importance of U.S. imports of China consumer goods isn't the identical as the importance of China imports of U.S. consumer goods. We'll get rate measures in compliance to the position. He as well told China was hard to provide how companies operational in the nation were not trapped up in the crossfire. While we get measures, we try our tough not to damage the interests of overseas business community in China. How's why our rate measures are aimed to escape touching them as lot as we can. CEO Trump card has length been crucial of China, an orderly and inquiry in China trading policies in August 2017. His authority says its purpose is to persuade China to do its economics more than outdoor to overseas companies. China has loosed several rules in latter months. It remote restrictions on overseas property for banks the 1 week, setting in impact a pledge of recent year. Yet, the White's building has kept how China's changes include not lost far quite. Negotiations among the US and China signed the 1 week out of a main breakout. White's building Vice Click Secretariat Lindsay Walters told the two sides exchanged view on how to reach justice, balance sheet and mutuality in the economical relation. In a declaration, China's Ministry of Trade told the China deputation had detained structural and frank negotiations on trading issues. Both of sides will hold in pin on the next location, it added. By formidable tariff on China imports, CEO Trump card hopes to do lifetime facilitating for U.S. companies, whose consumer goods will be more profitable during the U.S. by compare. The duties are portion of his more extensive America at first attitude, that has as well induced the U.S. to levy high importing duties on steel and aluminum, consisting of Mexico, Canada and the Europe Association. All of such countries include retaliated. Lot U.S. companies and production groups include testified to the U.S. Trading Members Office space how their business community are creature harmed. Firms how trust on China imports person high expenses, time exporting countries are concerned how retribution will do their means more than costly and bring consumer demand. Meanwhile, China plans to folder a crisp appeal versus the tariff at the Planet Trading Organization, WTO, that adjudicates in world trading disputes. China's Trade Ministry says it obviously suspected the U.S. of infringing WTO rules. It registered an original appeal at the WTO in July as Mr. Trump card superimposed his at first circle of tariff.